the collector. I wanted to talk about, it's kind of a obscure set for the time of WCW 1991. It was, Cromy put out a bunch of, they were game cards kind of thing. Unfortunately, the instructions are in Spanish. Though I did get the Spanish too, I can't really read Spanish. So the rules I don't really understand, but I tried to go on YouTube and see if there was anything interesting about this Cromy set. And the only thing I found was one guy had a video where he had the cards and sheets and he just kind of flipped the pages, which was kind of cool to let you see what they look like. But unfortunately, there was no commentary or anything like that. And I think this is kind of a really unique set. It's Cromy would put out, I'm going to kind of go over the cards and we'll take a look at some of these. Now, I had bought two complete sets probably about 3 years ago. One was $35-ish, and then the other craze of people spending a lot of money. There was somebody that put out for that card, not realizing that he's actually in this set. There's a couple of first. Take a look at them. It should be fun. Now, they came in a little green plastic case, and I don't know where I put that, so I don't have that to show. But this was the first card right there. It's just the cover card, I guess you could say, of the set. And it's one of Sting. Of course, Sting was probably the most popular of the wrestlers in WCW. And like I said, this is from, I want to say it's from Venezuela, this set. So actually Argentina. So it's actually from Argentina. So, but this is the first one. That's the cover card. Now it came with two, what they called, I can tell this reads common Sting cards, which is actually a pretty cool looking card. If you notice that 1991 Impulse set, which was a WCW set, kind of had the same borders here, at least pattern-wise. So I don't know if they got that from that or what, but yeah. And then let me show you the backs. The backs are all pretty much the same, just a blank back WCW Cromy. So, like I said, it came with two of these Stinger cards as the common cards. So there's altogether, I want to say there's 7 Sting cards in this set. And then this is the actual instructions card, which, as you can tell, is in Spanish. Yeah, that one right there, that's the other side. So if you read Spanish, you'll probably be able to figure out how this game plays. Now, this set goes from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and there's 4. So there's an A1, A2, A3, A4, and so on. So as I said earlier, the Sting cards, there's plenty of them there. I think that's Flair getting flipped right there. So that's another Sting card. And so you can kind of tell this was all the same shoot, even the common cards and the cover card, pretty much all probably done on the same day with Sting. A2, here's A3, right there. And then A4, which is also Sting. Now, of course, El Gigante, who is in this set, and probably the reason why they decided to do this set in Argentina. So he actually, for some reason, except for the fact that he is from Argentina, he has 4 cards. Like I said, I have at least 2 of every one of these cards, and some of these I have actually 3 or 4. And you used to be able to pick these up for almost next to nothing. And then this is the last El Gigante card. So it looks like they put 4 cords of Jorge in there. Now C1 starts off with the Steiner brothers. I used to always think that the 1991 cards were Scott Steiner's first card. It's not. It's actually a game, and I'll probably do a video on those that came out in 1990. Rick's first card was in the 1988 Wonderama set. So there's the Steiner brothers. And then another of the Steiners. And then C3 has Rick on his own. And then you guessed it, C4 is Scott on his own with that wonderful mullet of his. Now, this is the one that kind of confused me a little bit, was the D series. The D series is nothing but Barry Windham. Now, Barry Windham was great with the Four Horsemen, but he pretty much got the same in the base set as Sting. D3. I guess Barry Windham used a claw at one time. And there's Barry Windham rocking the leather jacket. Now E1 is going to be Ric Flair. E2 is also Ric Flair. So they actually had more Barry Windham cards than Ric Flair cards. E3 is Lex Luger. And E4 is Lex Luger. Now, when you get into F is Brian Pillman, who I believe, I always used to think this was once again his first card, and it's actually the, I believe it's also from that other set that I was telling you about, that game from 1990. Here's an interesting card. It's Big Josh, who was Matt Bourne, and he was the first Doink the Clown. He actually has a card in the 1983 Wrestling All-Star set. He's, I believe, the last card in the set. Now, this one's kind of cool. This one is the Fabulous Freebirds. It's Terry Gordy with a totally different slick back look, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, Michael P.S. Hayes, and Oliver Humperdinck. There's P.S. Hayes and Jimmy Garvin again, F4. Now, G1, I've been waiting for somebody to do a private signing on him because I want to get some of these signed. PN News, a rapper wrestler. Imagine that, early 90s. G2, I actually had a couple of these. I've actually had a few of these signed by Johnny B. Bad. I've got 2 more of these that I purchased that I haven't sent to him, to Mark Merrill. And then here's the other autograph one that I have. Next one is Butch Reed. He's H1. H2 is Tom Zink, who, when Tom was still alive, I sent him one of these cards, and he sent me back the inexpensive Cromy cards signed on the back and creased down the middle. H3. Now, I did skip G3 and G4, but there is a reason. Dustin Rhodes, I think he's about 22, maybe 23 here. And then H4 is Ron Simmons, which is a great card. I'm going to take these other ones out. Now, these are the Stunning Steve Austins. Used to be able to buy these for about $15, $20, probably about 3 years ago. Stunning Steve. I actually have another one of them in a case. And then the last ones I have, and I don't know how these will come out, but I've actually got two of the Diamond Stud ones already signed. G3. The funny thing about that Hey Yo, I've told this story before, but if you're new, I sent this off to get signed and put on a little sticky note, if you could, please put Hey Yo. I was handling said to Scott Hall, write Hey Yo on there. Scott Hall wrote Hey Yo and sent the card back to me. He put Hey Yo, but he didn't actually sign the card. So I sent it back to the promoter who was having him about a month or two later. Ended up being about 3-4 months later. Sent the card to him to get signed. Card back. I opened it. Still not signed. I contacted the promoter. Said he didn't sign the card again. He said, okay. He said, I know a guy that's having another signing of his. It ended up being about another 3-4 months, and the card finally came back signed. So it took me probably about 8 months to get that card signed. And that one's in the black Sharpie. I got this one in the blue, which of course looks a lot better. Didn't ask for Hey Yo this time. Wasn't interested in going through that again. These cards are a little bit bigger than the average card, height-wise, and a little bit narrower. You can kind of tell there. So, there we go. It's a little higher, a little narrower. Not much narrower, but a little bit. So I just wanted to go ahead and put the Cromy set on YouTube since there was only one video on there. Give you a little bit of brief history about it. I hope you enjoyed it. This set, like I was saying, goes now. You can buy it raw for about $2,000. The Stunning Steve, if it's, I think a 9 just went for $2,000 by itself. So I know a guy that bought a PSA 6 or a Becca Grade 6 for about $65. About 6 months ago, I'd say that was a pretty good deal. So thanks for letting me show this. As I get some more of these signed, it'd be great. If anybody hears of a PN News signing, want to go ahead and get that done. And I'm actually serious about that. So take care. Everybody have a great one. Remember, always stay thrifty. Have a great night.